Horror Nerds, ¿cómo están? Hoy tengo una nueva misión, una misión muy peligrosa. Acabo de ver Resident Evil capítulo final y hoy voy a entrevistar a parte del elenco, incluyendo a la increíble heroína de acción Milla Jovovich, también a Ali Larter y a William Levy, y por otro lado al director Paul W.S. Anderson, quien ha dirigido varias de estas películas, incluyendo la primera entrega y esta última. De hecho, fue en el rodaje de la primera película de Resident Evil que Milla y Paul se conocieron, se enamoraron y hoy están felizmente casados. Así que acompáñenme en esta entrevista para ver qué me cuentan acerca de esta nueva película.
How are you, Milla?
I'm so good. How are you?
I'm great. It's so nice to meet you. All
Me
the
too.
Extraordinards in my video are so good fans of you.
What a great name, Extraordinary.
It's been 15 years for you playing this role, and it's not only the last chapter for Alice, but also for you. So how does it feel to close this chapter of Resident Evil in your life?
It's really hard. You know, I didn't think about it much when we were filming. I can't imagine that I'm never going to go back to the Resident Evil world, and Alice has become such a close part of my life. If it wasn't for Resident Evil, I wouldn't have met my husband and had my 2 kids, so it is very strange to think that it's done.
It's a bittersweet experience, I have to say. You know, on the one hand, I'm super excited, and on the other hand, you know, it's sad to be saying goodbye to a world that I've loved revisiting for the last 15 years.
¿Nos puedes decir un poco el contexto de este personaje?
Que, o sea, es un líder, entonces cuando llega el personaje de Milla, obviamente dices, bueno, ¿qué está pasando acá? O sea, yo hasta ahora he sabido sobrevivir en el grupo, de dónde sale esta extraña, de la nada decirnos qué hacer, ¿no? Y su carácter obviamente también se le sale por encima de la ropa y entonces crea una atmósfera un poco tensa entre todo el grupo.
There are so many good scenes with you, but do you have like any specific scene from all the movies that really meant something to you, that is special?
The scene that was the most magical, that meant the most to me, was when I was filming with my daughter, because she plays the Red Queen in this movie, and she's such an amazing actress. It was so inspiring. I couldn't have been more proud.
Ali, one of my favorite scenes of the franchise in general is your battle with the Axeman.
Yeah, me too.
Do you have any favorite scene of all the movies?
Definitely that one. I remember doing it, and it was really late. It was deep into filming. We were up in Toronto, and the rain was coming down, and we had choreographed it. And I love that I hop on the skateboard, and I go between his legs, and I do the back flips around, and I loved wearing the wires. That was definitely my favorite scene that I've ever been into. I adore the stunts.
You have fought against so many creatures, dogs, zombies, tyrants. Which creature do you think is the scariest one?
Definitely feel like in this movie, we have a creature called the Bloodshot, and he's one of the newest creations from Umbrella, and he is one of the most disgusting, most terrifying creatures I've ever had to fight, and it was really fun.
I think the creatures are so good in the video game. I mean, people think I have a dark and twisted imagination, but the guys and the women who create these creatures in Japan at Capcom, I mean, they're the ones with the really sick imagination, because they're just horrific, these things. And I think they're so good in the game. All we do is we take the game and we build the creatures slightly better because it's for movie quality rather than video game quality. But we try and keep the look and the sound as close to the game as possible.
This movie is so intense. You have both like a lot of action.
Yeah.
Were there any difficult moments or something that you thought, I can't do this, it's too much?
I mean, we were pushed to the limit. You know, we did like 6 or 7 weeks of nights, which means, you know, you're going to work at 6, you're coming home at 6:30. And so that led to a real rawness that you can feel in this movie. It made it almost more believable.
One thing I love about Resident Evil, not only the movies, but also the games, is that you have strong female characters. And is that something that attracted you to this franchise?
Yeah, you know, my little brother and I used to play all the time, and part of the reason that I really loved it was because it was these really kick-ass girls. And when I heard that they were making the movie, I said, this is so perfect for me, because I've loved action since I did The Fifth Element. But then, of course, to have women in the lead of this action zombie movie, I just felt like we'd never seen it before. And I thought it was one of those rare opportunities to really show how strong that women can be.
There's a certain scene that also reminded me of the main intro of the first game when they are running towards the mansion.
Being chased by the dogs?
Exactly.
I have wanted to do that scene ever since the first movie. And the fact is just the technology was never really there to achieve that. You know, we've had to use a lot of real dogs in the franchise. And this time we went with full-on CG dogs, but built to like amazing, amazing quality. And it meant that I could finally do that scene that you're referencing, because that scene is so kinetic and so action-packed. And this time around, you know, I could do it. So basically, we got the actors and we just chased them. Like the camera crew were all on motorbikes, and we're chasing the actors running like crazy. So for 3 nights, I make Ali and Mila and William run, 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 run. And then the 4th night, they had to jump in this swamp, which actors generally don't like jumping in swamps, especially in the middle of the night. And they were so happy that they didn't have to do any more running. They all just jumped straight in the swamp.
I really love your outfits. You have very iconic outfits for each movie. Do you have a favorite one?
Of course, I love my outfit in the first movie. That was kind of the definitive Alice. And then also in the third, the shorts that I was wearing, I had a fashion line, and we made these amazing jeans with stars on the butt. So I wore those. They were so cool.
Do you have a message for the fans that grew up with this franchise and that have watched all the films and this is the last?
I mean, I feel so incredibly honored that they have supported me and loved me playing Claire Redfield over the years, that they've brought me back 3 times to reprise my role as her, and that people, you know, overwhelmingly have told me that they love having this human element within the movie. I mean, so that they can really kind of imagine what it would be like, you know, if it was the end of the world and you only had your instincts and your skills. And so that's something that's been incredible, is meeting the fans and feeling really the joy and the empowerment that the women feel after watching it.
You know, I would say this movie is bigger and better than anything we've ever done. I mean, we are closing the series up, so we wanted to go out with a bang. And so the action is crazy, high impact, it's terrifying, and you get to see my daughter premiere as an actress. That's going to blow you away. So I think people are going to love it.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Mila.
Thank you.
Espero que les haya gustado esta entrevista y si son fans de esta franquicia no se pueden perder esta entrega Resident Evil capítulo final, que ya se encuentra en los cines de México a partir del 27 de enero. Para más cosas geeks, métanse a extraordinaire.com, sigan a Extraordinaire en redes sociales, a mí me encuentran como Pau del Castillo y nos vemos en el siguiente video. Yo soy Paula del Castillo, adiós. ¡Mua!